I cannot get over how good that trailer was. That was just absolutely mind-boggling. That was fantastic. Hello everyone, welcome to the Jurassic World Dominion trailer breakdown. Yes guys, the Jurassic World Dominion trailer is finally here, and today we are going to be breaking down all of the details, Easter eggs, stuff like that that you may have missed throughout the 2-minute and 51-second trailer, which was just amazing. It really was something to witness. But I do have a lot to talk about from this trailer, so without any dilly-dallying, we're going to go straight into this video. But I do hope that this video, for any new people, makes you think, I should subscribe to the channel. So let's get into it. The opening scene shows Parasaurolophuses running in a herd in a snowy biome. But what's interesting about this is that they showcase both the Jurassic World Dominion's new variants of the Parasaurolophus and also the Lost World Jurassic Park's 1997 variant of the Parasaurolophus as well. If you look very closely and close enough, you're able to see the distinct difference between a singular stripe going from its neck to its tail and multiple stripes going down its body like a tiger. The one with the stripes going down its body are the ones from Jurassic World Dominion, which are new variants in this movie. The ones with the singular stripe are actually the ones from the Lost World Jurassic Park in 1997. So it seems like both of these variants are returning in the movie. The trailer then continues with Owen and his friends rounding up some paras, which was indicated from Colin Trevorrow a couple days ago before the trailer released, showing an old school inspiration for artwork. We then cut to a shot where we can see a much better look of the Lost World paras as well as the Jurassic World Dominion variant. And in some cases you can see that the horn on the back of the Parasaurolophus are slightly different. Owen Grady then lays his hand on the Parasaur in a similar fashion to what we saw with his bond with Blue. But perhaps he is missing her, as the next scene he shows his emotion towards the dinosaurs. A glorious shot of the Apatosaurus as it stands tall makes you think that this variant of Apatosaurus seems a lot larger than what we saw in 2015's Jurassic World. Could they be a new breed? Could they be different? We don't know that at the moment. On to the next scene, where we see Blue for the first ever time since 2018, where she was last seen running into the suburbs of California in late 2018 after the ending of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. However, she is not alone, as you can quite clearly see. Say hello to Beta. Beta is Blue's offscreen, which means that Blue has got busy in the wild. Well, not quite. Blue was actually able to reproduce due to the genetic changes in her system. These changes were explained in the soft canon game Jurassic World Alive and the canonical Netflix show Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. During that show, Darius explains how the Scorpius Rex hybrids cloned themselves by using other animals' DNA such as tree frog. Tree frog DNA was actually used in Blue's genetic sequence, and with it built into the code of the dinosaurs, this allows these dinosaurs to reproduce asexually. So yeah, there wasn't really any dinosaur mating to create Beta, it was just a genetical implant. Taking a quick glimpse of Beta's feet, you can see she has a chipped sickle claw on her right foot while she looks up to Blue, who seems to be teaching her how to hunt. We also get a better look at Beta's broken sickle claw in this close-up shot. A nice little family photo. After this introduction for the Jurassic World Dominion trailer, we then have a shot of the new Universal logo, which is covered in amber. This is a direct nod to where it all started, where it all began in 1993 from the collection of amber to create dinosaurs from the 1980s. Immediately after that, we see a shot of Maisie and Owen with a callback to Fallen Kingdom. That callback being the log cabin in the background. That log cabin has finally been finished and made, because we last saw Owen trying to finish that in Fallen Kingdom until he got rudely interrupted by Claire Dearin. Blue also seems to have understood how to track down Owen, since she's also very close to the cabin. But once Owen does get closer, Blue raises her territorial mark, showing her motherly instincts, since he is getting much closer to Beta. We then hear Owen say, "If they find her, we will never see her again. That's our job."
They find her, we're never gonna see her again. We gotta protect her, that's our job.
This could either be referencing to Biosyn, who may need Blue's DNA, since we see them later on in the movie. But this could equally be a factor of Owen explaining to Claire how they must look after Maisie Lockwood, since she has nowhere to go, and perhaps someone is trying to hunt her down because we know she is a human genetic clone, which we never really thought would happen. But there must be so much in her DNA sequence that loads of people want to go and hunt her down and get her DNA sequence as well. aka potentially human hybrids. We'll get into that later down the line. An adorable little shot of Beta reuniting with Blue when we suddenly hear the return of Dr. Ellie Sattler saying,
Humans and dinosaurs can't coexist.
We created an ecological disaster.
which confirms her return to the franchise. While she says this, we get numerous of scenes, one of them being the Mosasaurus jumping out of the water that we saw in the cinema prologue for Jurassic World Dominion, but not the online version. This Mosasaurus jump is actually also a reused deleted scene from Fallen Kingdom, where they wanted the Mosasaurus to catch a big dead carcass of a whale that a boat was holding on its deck. After that, the Mosasaurus would jump up and crash into the boat, causing the destruction of the boat. However, as we know from Fallen Kingdom, that wasn't used, but it's nice to see some sort of iteration of that being used in this trailer. We then get a few shots from the Dominion prologue, which you're able to view on YouTube, and one of them being a shot of the director Colin Trevorrow's son, which we also saw in 2015's Jurassic World riding a baby Triceratops. However, arguably, this next scene is my favourite scene in the whole entire trailer, and probably maybe even the whole franchise. We get to see Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler together once more in a Jurassic movie, and they exchange names, and then they have a discussion indicating that Ellie Sattler wants to do something important and needs Alan Grant's specific help. I also noticed that Alan Grant was slightly out of breath when he entered his tent, which I also assume is his paleo dig site tent. But this could also be a similar reference of him running to find out who is inside of his property, the same way he did when he met John Hammond in 1993. Ellie then says, "You come in or what?" knowing that she can tempt Alan Grant to do the right thing, as they've known each other for plenty of years, ever since 1990. We continue the amber theme of writing when we suddenly see dinosaurs and modern day creatures living side by side with the Parasaurolophus and horses herding together. You can also see a noticeable difference between the Jurassic Park Paras and the Jurassic World Dominion variants. But brace yourselves for this new introduction of a brand new dinosaur. The Therizinosaurus makes a sudden appearance in this Jurassic World Dominion trailer. It's a brand new dinosaur to the franchise that is a huge fan favourite. For those who don't know, Therizinosaurus was this massive plant-eating dinosaur that had long claws to defend itself and was very territorial no matter what creature. This is then shown off as it sneaks up to Claire Dearing as she tries to get away. But my goodness, was that Therizinosaurus a beautiful creature. It just looks fantastic, and I can't wait to see its full body image in Jurassic World Dominion. We then hear Ian Malcolm, played by Jeff Goldblum, voiceover saying, "We're racing towards the extinction of our species." We then catch a quick glimpse of him giving a speech when he then says, "We not only lack dominion over nature, we're subordinate to it," giving a strong nod to the Jurassic World Dominion title. Whilst this is being said, we see a sudden clip of a genetic sequence on the board which says at the top BRCA2, which is in fact a human gene that works in protein replacement. Now this kind of does make me a little bit confused, but because it's like a human genome, it kind of throws me off a little bit. There could either be a matter of creating dinosaur hybrids with Dr. Wu or Biosyn, or they may have actually realised and figured out how to clone human people, just like they did for Maisie Lockwood. But obviously we know there will be no hybrids in Jurassic World Dominion, we know there will be no hybrids in the future of Jurassic World, so creating some sort of human dinosaur hybrid like the leaked and definitely, oh thank god it was scrapped, Jurassic Park 4 script, I highly doubt that's going to be the case. So I assume that they've taken gene samples from Maisie Lockwood and they want to find out how to clone humans to live forever. Exon 1 is also mentioned there. I wasn't too educated in this during my time at university, but I think it's something to do with Huntington's disease, which causes a progressive breakdown of nerve cells in the brain. So I don't really know where they're going to go with this story, it's interesting to find out, but who knows. We then get a snazzy new look at BD Wong's Dr. Wu and his fashionable brand new haircut. He then looks up towards someone who seems to be talking to him. My predictions are that this is either Biosyn or it could be Lewis Dodgson, which we didn't see in the trailer at all. Lewis Dodgson will be the owner and the company frontrunner for Biosyn in Jurassic World Dominion. The scene after confirms another new species to the franchise, being the Atrociraptor. This raptor chases down Claire, and this is the same scene we heard about in the CinemaCon trailer. That was released about, I want to say, 4 months ago. There are a total of 4 Atrociraptors called the Evil Raptor Squad, with names such as Red, Panthera, Tiger, and Ghost. In the trailer, we can see all 4 of them throughout it. We get the words "experience the epic conclusion of the Jurassic era," which is odd seeing how Jurassic World 4 has already been confirmed to happen. Nonetheless, since it is the end of the Jurassic era, I'm still intrigued to see where they will take this new story. It then fades away to a bird's eye shot of a facility of some sort. Now, this facility could either be Biosyn's or potentially Manticorp's. Both companies are high in technology and can create such a building. We can also see a high-tech, high-end helicopter going towards this facility, indicating that somebody wants to enter it. Now, for quite a while, we've known that this movie will have loads of new introductions to the Jurassic franchise, and I was not kidding when I've said that in my previous videos. We've already seen the Therizinosaurus throughout this trailer. Well, introducing the Pyroraptor. We get our first look at the feathered Pyroraptor, where we get an awesome scene of its reveal and facing off to take on Chris Pratt's Owen Grady and a new character played by DeWanda Wise who's called Kayla. There'll be more information regarding her later on in the video. Then we get a better shot of Ellie Sattler, who seems to be standing on a desert ranch of some sort, wearing the exact same similar outfit to what she wore in 1993's Jurassic Park. A nice little Easter egg if you were to ask me. It seems she's onlooking a flock of birds chasing down children after being spooked by something, but we are never revealed what was been spooked. I assume that this is probably an introduction or a reintroduction scene for Ellie Sattler throughout Jurassic World Dominion. In another scene that connects to Fallen Kingdom, we see Claire and Owen exchanging words saying "come back," and Owen replies back with "I always come back." This is a neat knock-on joke to when Owen said to Claire, "If I don't make it back, just know you're the one who made me come." And this took place in Fallen Kingdom when they were in the bunkers on the island of Isla Nublar. We then get that awesome scene from what we've been told for months now of Owen Grady driving his motorcycle down the streets of Malta whilst being chased by the Atrociraptors of Tiger and Ghost. This shot then continues down the road when suddenly he turns the corner and is met with a sudden shock of an Allosaurus and Carnotaurus in Malta's plaza. Looking at the dinosaurs, starting with the Allosaurus, we can see it sports a standard adult and blue patterned skin tone that's been known for some time regarding the Jurassic World Allosauruses. However, this could be the exact same Allosaurus from 2019's short film Jurassic World Battle at Big Rock. Somehow this Allosaurus has made its way over from Big Rock in America all the way to Malta in South Europe. But the one that intrigues me the most is the Carnotaurus. The next look would be the Carnotaurus, who seems to also have the demon pattern we saw at the end of Fallen Kingdom. But this could also be Toro, the Carnotaurus that we've seen in the Netflix show Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. We then get a final shot of Grady driving away from the tiger, the Atrociraptor, when it cuts to dark. And then all of a sudden cuts to a system failure in a plane that Kayla is flying, with Claire Deering and Owen Grady inside. Potentially they're flying to either Manticorp or Biosyn's facility overseas. Or it could equally be anywhere else really. But during this shot we hear an eerie call in the skies with Grady hoping it to be another plane. When suddenly a huge claw strikes through the windshield of the aircraft, revealing it to be the Quetzalcoatlus, which is the largest ever flying reptile to have roamed the skies. It was bigger than a giraffe, ladies and gentlemen. And we get that feel from Grady saying, "That's another plane, right?" To then a sudden shot of the Quetz obliterating this aircraft, showing the absolute sheer size of this creature. I assume this is where the plane then crashes into a snowy area where maybe the Pyroraptor scene then took place as well. A few more scenes are then shown with an Easter egg of the Lost World Jurassic Park. In the Lost World Jurassic Park, we get a side shot view of a Triceratops knocking over a Jeep and making it roll over. We see something similar along the lines happening exactly here, where the Nasutoceratops instead crashes into the Jeep, making it roll over, very reminiscent to 1997's movie. The next shot involves a daring sequence of Blue's baby Beta eating a dead fox, when suddenly an explosion occurs in front of her. We then also see Blue looking up, panicked, whilst Owen Grady then arrives in the background with his pickup truck. After that, there's a shot of a dinosaur going to bite in a sideways manner, to where Maisie is then stuck in a cage. Now, this is a reference to the Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park 3 and Camp Cretaceous Season 4, both with the cage and also the sideways bite. But the teeth and the snout just don't look like a Spinosaurus, so I don't think it's that. We also can see that the teeth don't really match any teeth or any skin tone of the Tyrannosaurus Rex throughout the franchise. So in my own opinion, I believe that this is a sudden look of a new big bad dinosaur, the Giganotosaurus, which we have already seen in the Jurassic World Dominion prologue and also later on in this trailer. There's then a sudden shot of Claire Dearin and Ellie Sattler together, whom seem to be inside some sort of facility. We know Isla Sorna is appearing in some way, so could they potentially be on Isla Sorna or even a Biosyn lab? Even more shots of Alan Grant and Owen Grady are shown, with them being careful with weapons. Noticeably, Owen is using a gun and Grant is using a wrench of some sort. This kind of contrasts to Alan Grant's character in Jurassic Park, where he would always prefer the old stuff to the new stuff. I guess that's a nice little reference, but I have no clue what sort of facility that they're in. The next scene shows a dangerous but 30-year-old scene in the making. The Dilophosaurus returns to live action for the first time since 1993. Yes, it does appear in Camp Cretaceous Season 4, but it's not live action. These scenes alone show that they're using practical effects and practical props for the Dilophosaurus instead of CGI, which looks absolutely fantastic. Although Claire Dearin is in a sticky situation, especially if that Dilophosaurus spits. Noticeably, it may just be me, but that Dilophosaurus does look a little bit bigger than the one we saw in 1993 as well. And then we have the money shot. Jurassic Park and Jurassic World generations of characters coming together looking up to something. Seeing all 5 main characters together is truly remarkable, and a scene I never thought I would ever see. Alan Grant and Owen Grady both say "don't move" in reference to both of their intelligent knowledge about dinosaurs inside the Jurassic universe, and how the Tyrannosaurus Rex can't see you if you do stand still. This also echoes what we saw in 2001's Jurassic Park 3 when he came face to face with the Tyrannosaurus Rex before the Spinosaurus fight.
Nobody move a muscle.
But little do they know that this is not a Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's something bigger. The new big bad dinosaur, Giganotosaurus, shows up whilst Ian Malcolm then says, "Bigger. Why do they always have to be bigger?" In reference to the Spinosaurus being bigger than the Rex, and the Indominus Rex being mutated and planned to be bigger than the Spinosaurus. We see a shot of Ian, Alan and Ellie all together in that exact order, the same way we saw them in 1993's Jurassic Park. Now that's a lot of nostalgia if you were to ask me. The Giganotosaurus plants its foot into the ground in a similar fashion to what we saw from Jurassic World Evolution 2's trailer back in June 2021. And then the title credit cards appear, which shows that Jurassic World Dominion is going to release on June 10th, 2022, which I'm so excited for. One thing that I know loads of people are going to talk about and were talking about previously is the sheer fact that there are loads of dinosaurs in the cold. How would they survive it? Well, a nice little nod and Easter egg in Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Season 4 actually explains all of that. I've made a previous video, but basically down to the T, we are told that dinosaurs are created with endothermic body temperatures, so they're able to produce their own heat, so they can survive in the snowy winter biomes. And that comes into factor when we saw the other cute baby hybrid dinosaur, the Spinoceratops. Yes, a Sinoceratops and a Spinosaurus fused together. That creature was actually endothermic and could survive in the wintry biomes in Camp Cretaceous, so I assume the exact same thing is happening here in Jurassic World Dominion. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really do appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this trailer breakdown, which has taken me 30 minutes to record, so it's going to take me a long time to edit it. But if you think I've missed anything, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to support me on Patreon if you can, Discord, there are links to Twitter, Instagram, everything can be found in the description down below if you want more content from me, especially since Universal don't deem this as fair use and will probably copyright claim this. I really do hope that's not the case. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, stay safe out there, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, hi, you. Did you enjoy the video? Just a little reminder to press that like button and also subscribe. I just want to thank my Patreons for this month on screen right here, as giving me that little extra support really does go a long way. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.